I'm here today with Tracey, Shepos, Cenami at Kendall Jackson Winery. So tell us what you're making today, which cheese you're using.
So today I'm making a warm mushroom dip with Point Reyes truffle toma. It's just really easy and delicious and a fan favorite.
Awesome. I'm excited.
I've got these gorgeous maitake mushrooms that I've just cut up a little bit. So I like to put in only enough mushrooms that are going to cover the surface of my pan. I've got this on really high heat. I mean, I want this to get a nice brown, so I've got it on a pretty high temperature right now.
Okay. I have never asked you how you got started and kind of what your path was to here.
I mean, it was a long path getting to Kendall Jackson in the winery. I worked in restaurants like most chefs. I started young and went to culinary school. I moved to New York. I came back to San Francisco and eventually ended up in wine country at a restaurant. And then after working in that restaurant and opening up lots of restaurants, it was intense. I mean, working in restaurants is really intense in a wonderful way. But I was like, okay, I want to reevaluate a little bit. I want to keep on doing what I'm doing, but I want to do it in a little bit of a different way. And that's how I found myself here at Kendall Jackson.
Along the way, did you have different mentors and that helped you kind of navigate through restaurants?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I think that any successful person, it's not a solo journey. And I was really, really fortunate to work with some pretty amazing chefs and coworkers, not just chefs, but people that were further along than me in their career. And I always say, and I say it to our team here all the time, like, yeah, I can teach a lot of things. Like, sure, you want your chef and the people above you to be able to teach you, but you learn so much from the people around you as well. So I don't discount what a dishwasher knows or anyone around you, because everyone has something to offer. All right, we're starting to get brown. I just wanted to, right? You've got some lovely browning happening there. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in my chopped shallots and my chopped garlic and my fresh thyme. You brown the mushrooms. You let your, your shallots get a little bit caramelized. It's a little bit about technique, but nothing that takes super long. So now is when I add in, I'm basically gonna make a roux in the pan. A roux is a really classic thickener for, like, people use it in like gravies and sauces. So it's essentially butter and flour that gets cooked. So I'm adding my butter, I'm adding my flour. I'm gonna go ahead and add that salt now. So now I'm gonna add, this is a little bit of the secret here, soy sauce. So I'm gonna add some soy sauce to this, because the soy sauce is got that real umami, like, so basically it's just like, let's pump up that mushroom flavor even more. So I've got that, and then some heavy cream, because sometimes you just gotta cook with cream and butter, and it makes it good. It's beautiful, like starting to get thick. Now we're gonna add some cheese. I'm gonna leave a little bit in there because I like to put a little bit on top, because what I'm gonna do here is bake this too. You don't have to bake it. You could literally just put all the cheese in there and then just eat it like that. And then I've got my baking dish. Let's go right into that baking dish. Now, I purposely like the having surface area. Because the more surface area, the more of that browning delicious cheese I'm gonna get on the top. And then I'll just pop this in the oven until it gets browned and delicious.
That is yummy.
Oh yeah. Of course, wine. So I've got some Chardonnay right here for you. And yeah, I mean, like I said, everything pairs with wine. But this is great because I poured Chardonnay, but if you're in the mood for Pinot, this is great with Pinot.
I mean, I really get the little crunchy bits.
That's the part I do love.
You almost wouldn't think would come through when you're baking it, you're mixing it with liquids, but it's so intense and the flavor is delicious. So, as a female chef, how do you approach making sure that your kitchen is inclusive?
I mean, you could see it behind us. We've got just as many women in our kitchen as maybe more today. Actually, more women than men in the kitchen. One of the first things I say to people when we're sitting down for an interview is, I can teach anybody how to cook, but I can't. It's harder to teach you how to have a good attitude and want to be in a team environment. So to me, man, woman, whatever it is, like, that's the kind of environment we want to have. And I think that just attracts the right people. And so I think it's about that. I just want it to be a really healthy environment where nobody looks at it as a difference between man and woman. We're all just on the same team.
I have one more question for you about cheese. So of the Point Reyes cheeses, which is your favorite to work with and why?
Seriously, come on. I mean, and I'm not just saying that because you're saying it like that because you're standing in front of me. It really does change for me. The quinta is so delicious, right? But then I'm like, the toma is, like, it's just got such versatility and such a delicious cheese. And then I am not partial to like flavored cheeses. It's not my go-to, but everywhere. The Tome of Provence, it's
Love the Tome of
killer.
Provence.
The Tome of Provence is killer. So it's like, I get shocked when I'm like, normally I wouldn't really go towards a flavored cheese, but then I have, or the Tomarashi, or they're all delicious. The truffle, like it's really, really hard to choose. Every day I think I'd have a different answer of what my favorite
I
plant-based
understand.
cheese
That was
is.
kind of a tough one.
I know, because I do love them all. Cheers.